are the 90s. A time when pixelated heroes ruled our screens and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or SNES, was at the heart of it all. This was the era when video games were more than just games. They were epic stories that fueled our imaginations. Today, we're diving into one of those classics, RoboCop vs. the Terminator. Developed by Virgin Games and released in 1993, RoboCop vs. the Terminator is an action-packed side-scroller that brought together two of the most iconic characters from 80s cinema. But what makes this game special isn't just the characters, it's the way the game merges their worlds into one epic storyline. The story is set in a dystopian future where Skynet has taken over, and the only hope for humanity lies in merging RoboCop's technology with the Resistance's fight against the Terminators. As RoboCop, players must battle through waves of enemies, leading up to an intense showdown with Skynet's forces. The game doesn't just pit you against generic foes. From Terminators to ED-209s, each enemy presents a unique challenge. And of course, the bosses are something to remember, from large-scale battles against massive machines to intense one-on-one fights. The Terminator, portrayed famously by Arnold Schwarzenegger, is a cybernetic assassin sent from a dystopian future ruled by machines. Created by Skynet, or advanced artificial intelligence, the Terminator is nearly indestructible, with one mission: to eliminate any threat to Skynet's survival. Cold, calculated, and relentless, the Terminator represents the ultimate fear of technology turning against humanity. On the other side, we have RoboCop, the cyborg law enforcer from Detroit, who was once Alex Murphy, a dedicated police officer brutally murdered in the line of duty, brought back to life by the mega corporation Omni Consumer Products, or CP. Murphy is transformed into RoboCop, part man, part machine, but all cop. Unlike the Terminator, RoboCop struggles with his remaining humanity, battling against his programming to protect the innocent and uphold the law in a crime-ridden future. Both characters symbolize the era's fascination with technology and the blurred line between man and machine. The Terminator is a machine disguised as a man, while RoboCop is a man trapped in the body of a machine. The clash in RoboCop vs. the Terminator isn't just a battle between two powerful beings, it's a confrontation between two different visions of a future, one where machines dominate and one where humanity fights back. The connection between the Terminator and RoboCop franchises is more than just a marketing move, it's a clash of two iconic visions of the future. Both series explore the dark side of technological advancement, where humanity's creations turn against them. Terminator, a relentless machine. From this crossover allowed fans to see what would happen if these two worlds merged, a world where RoboCop's mission to protect and serve is tested against the unstoppable force of the Terminators. The game doesn't just pay homage to its cinematic roots, it expands on them, creating a universe where the lines between hero and machine are blurred, raising questions about the future of man and machine. Upon its release, RoboCop vs. the Terminator received widespread acclaim from both fans and critics. It was praised for its graphics, which were among the best on the SNES, and for its faithful adaptation of the source material. The game has since become a cult classic, fondly remembered by those who played it. It even inspired a generation of gamers to imagine what other crossovers might look like. Decades later, it remains a testament to the creative potential of video game storytelling. RoboCop vs. the Terminator was released on multiple platforms, and while the SNES version is often regarded as the definitive one, each version had its own unique features. For example, the Sega Genesis version included more graphic violence, while the SNES version focused on smoother animations and detailed backgrounds. These differences made each version of the game a unique experience, tailored beyond the game itself. RoboCop vs. the Terminator had a lasting impact on pop culture. The crossover concept has since become more common, but in the early 90s, this was a groundbreaking idea. It opened the door for other franchises to explore similar crossovers, blending different worlds in ways that fans had only dreamed of. This game was a pioneer in that regard, leaving an indelible mark on how video game narratives could be crafted. The RoboCop vs. the Terminator comic book was written by Frank Miller, a well-known comic book writer famous for his work on titles like The Dark Knight Returns and Sin City. The comic was illustrated by Walt Simonson, whose dynamic art style contributed to its intense, gritty atmosphere. The story was published by Dark Horse Comics in 1992 and exposed the crossover between the two iconic franchises, delving into themes of man versus machine and the nature of humanity within the context of these two dystopian worlds. The original story combines the concepts of RoboCop, a cyborg law enforcer from Detroit, and the Terminator, a relentless killing machine from the future. Frank Miller's writing captures the essence of both characters. In the comic, RoboCop is depicted as a tragic figure, haunted by his humanity and his role in a world increasingly dominated by machines. The Terminator, on the other hand, embodies the inevitable march of technological progress, indifferent to the cost of human life. The story showcases Miller's ability to blend action with deeper philosophical questions, making it a memorable crossover event in comic book history. RoboCop vs. the Terminator is more than just a game. It's a crossover that defined a generation of gamers. If you enjoyed this dive into SNES nostalgia, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment with your favourite SNES memory.